Member Oak Bay Gordon Head.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It seems fitting that I rise and ask a question after this. Honourable Speaker, last week at the UBCM, the Premier took a page out of the BC Liberals' failed strategy to deal with Metro Vancouver's housing crisis. We need more supply, he proclaimed to the delegates. Once more, our government has missed the glaring problems on the demand side. Where is their promised speculation tax? Where are the so many other steps that they said they would do that they would take during the election campaign? And why, after I raised it here in the legislature almost 4 years ago, has this government not yet closed a loophole that incentivizes speculation, discourages transparency, and encourages property tax avoidance? My question through you to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing is this: why haven't you already closed the Bear Trust loophole, a loophole so big you could drive a bus through it, and ensure that the property tax is applied on the transfer of beneficial ownership, not just the transfer of title?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you, Speaker, and I want to thank the member down the way for the question. It's really important that when we take a look at the housing crisis, a crisis that rose under the previous government that did nothing, that just pretended like it was not an issue. Let's be really clear, Mr. Speaker. They were saying, if you don't like it, move to Fort St. John. People have been really struggling, Honourable Speaker.
Members, please, we shall hear the response.
It's really important that I have nothing against Fort St. John, but I don't like the government telling me where to live. Mr. Speaker, it's really important that when we talk about putting together a comprehensive affordable strategy, a comprehensive housing strategy that addresses all the pieces, the supply side and the demand side, that we take a look at all those levers and all the tools at our disposal, that we make sure that they work together. That's what comprehensive means. And we need to take our time to get it right, Honourable Speaker. It's really important. This is too important to really mess up, so we need to make sure that we've got it right, and I'm really excited that it is coming in short order. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Member Oak Bay Gordon Head on a supplemental.
Well, thank you, Honourable Speaker. Please let me remind you that when the Attorney General was in opposition, he was a very fierce critic of the BC Liberal housing policy, or lack of a policy on affordability. Indeed, Honourable Speaker, a year ago he told Reddit, the readers of Reddit, and I quote, "We need to eliminate what's called the Bear Trust loophole in the property transfer tax, where these properties can transfer without property transfer tax paid. It's costing us literally hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions that could be used for affordable housing initiatives." Honourable Speaker, it's a straightforward fix. All we have to do is what Ontario has already done years ago. We don't need to rediscover the wheel. And there is no excuse for a delay, Honourable Speaker. My question through you to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing is this: what's the holdup? You've had many years in opposition identifying problems, and you've had many years to identify solutions. The Attorney General has identified those solutions, said he would do it. It's a quick fix. Why haven't you done it?
Members. Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'm grateful that with the member down the way's help, we'll have 4.5 years to get this work done, and I look forward to it. After 10 weeks here in government, Mr. Speaker, we have acted on our promise to increase funding for the residential tenancy branch. We are preparing to close unfair loopholes that allow landlords to bypass rent control, something that the previous minister said was rather complicated, which we learned was actually not that complicated. We've announced the creation of 2,000 units of modular housing with wraparound services. We also announced 1,700 units of affordable housing throughout the province. That's in 10 weeks, Mr. Speaker. Just think about what we are going to get done in 4.5 years.